Hi everyone, I'm Ellen Jaffe Jones, certified personal trainer, certified running coach, and welcome to Get Set Up session on simple, if there is such a word, cardio drills for seniors. But it's cardio what keeps your heart rate healthy and functioning and up there, and the cardio is going to take you where you want to be. But always listen to your body, and if you want to train by heart rate zones using your heart rate monitor, knock yourself out on that one. But if you don't have one, just use the perceived rate of exertion, which means if you can't talk while doing an exercise, you might want to tone it down a bit. All right, so let's get started with marching. And just keep your knees at a little higher level than they would be normally. Swing your arms, because when your arms go above your heart, then that really gets your heart rate going. And so we want to do that. But we also want to make sure that before we do any exercising, we warm up the body and we don't break into a sprint just from the start line. Not that I know anybody who's done that. Running is my passion. I have placed in 265K or longer races for my age group since 2006, just on plans. Gonna be 70 in a few days. And it's just a hoot being able to be this old and feel this good. Because my mom and both sisters had breast cancer. We were part of the BRCA1, BRCA2 gene studies, and they just didn't know back in those days what to do. Doctors were educated mostly in pharmaceuticals and not in foods. And if you ask your doctor, when was the last time you had a nutrition class in medical school, they'll probably come up with a big fat zero, because there's no money in broccoli. So that's why you have to be your own investigative reporter to figure out the truth about food, like I was. That's right. So, being the youngest in my family, I used my journalism degree to figure out, or try to figure out, the truth about food. And at least it has worked so well, not only for me, but so many other people. Mainstream hospitals now are offering a plant-based diet as the first line of defense if they've been diagnosed with heart disease. All right, so I'm getting a little breathless, so that tells you we're getting up there. Let's slow it down a little bit. Roll the shoulders forward. I hope you've had a wonderful day and it's getting even better. And let's roll them backwards. We're just gonna loosen up the joints a little bit before we really get into that cardio stuff. There's a lot of cardio you can do without running. So yeah. And roll the shoulders a little bit more. And now we are going to just rotate our hips in one direction to get them loosey-goosey and the synovial fluids in the joints all cooking. And then we're gonna reverse the other direction. Yep, just getting it all ready to do what we are gonna do. And then going down the chain, because the hip bone's connected to everything else, it seems, you can hold on for balance, or you can just stand on one foot and rotate your ankle out to the side a few times and then rotate it back a few times. And if you do any kind of serious aerobic work like jumping or bouncing on a floor, make sure you have nice cushioned shoes like I do, or you have some kind of rubber mat to be on. It is all very helpful in protecting those joints from intense impact. Okay, now we're gonna go knees up to elbows, just keeping that heart rate at a reasonable level. And you can look on charts for your age to find out what your maximum heart rate should be. Because I am considered an athlete, I can get my maximum heart rate up into the 180s, and nobody is really upset about it, because that's what it does. But during a 5K race, it usually stays in the 130s. But my resting heart rate, like you might expect with athletes, is in the 40s, maybe low 50s. So that's really what they care about. They also care about heart ejection factor. Mine is so low, it's not even on the charts for children. So yeah, this stuff really works. All right. right, now we're going to do some side stepping, which is going to be like this. And I hope the camera is going to be able to follow me because I'd like to get a little more distance. We're on a wide shot. Okay, so this is what you should be doing. Just kind of putting a little hop to it because we want to keep that heart rate up. And just back and forth. We're going to do this for about a minute. And just slow it down if you need to. You don't have to follow my pace. Whatever is good for you. These are some of the drills that I've done as a cross-country and track coach for high school girls. Not all that long ago. Stopped doing that about 10 years ago. When I went on book tour, I've got 6 vegan health and fitness books out there, including Vegan Fitness for Mortals, because most of us just want to be mortals and get off the couch, unlike some of the books that are out there written by wonderful vegan bodybuilders, but mostly young guys with bulked up muscles, and that ain't happening for you and me. We just want to stay fit, and doing whatever it is our passion until we're 100, kind of like the blue zones. I just heard an interview with Dr. Greger the other day. He's a very well-known, famous vegan doctor, and he was talking about how there are no more blue zones except in Loma Linda because they've all been westernized with our sad standard American diet. And so they now have diseases at the same rates we do. The only blue zone left, he said, was where he visited and spoke recently at Loma Linda. Those are the Seventh-day Adventists who know what's in store if they don't stick to the program. All right, next we're going to do what's called karaoke. Catch your breath, grab some water, always stay hydrated. So I'm going to start over to one side, and what this is a cross one leg in front of the other. I'm showing it to you in slow motion. And we're going to pick up the speed in just a minute here. So here we go. So it's kind of almost a dance step here. And then back the other way. Make sure your shoelaces are tied because it doesn't end well if they're not on this one. And this is just a really great hip opener exercise, but it also is fun and almost like dancing, keeping your heart rate up. And when you do this, keep your arms, if you can, above your heart as you go back and forth. All right, now we are going to do arms up like this, kind of like a floating jumping jack. Stargazer. So you see, you don't have to move your legs so much to get some good cardio in. So you can always adapt these recipes. They are recipes for success. These exercises, yeah, it's been a long day, for your best workout, whatever works for you. So if you can't move your legs so much, you can always do these exercises just using your arms. You can increase the speed, that will increase your heart rate, or if you need to, slow it down, whatever works for you. It's all good. All right, now we're going to put a little back kick to this. So really get into it. Kicking your legs back, bending at the knee. Hopefully now you're starting to break a sweat, which is always a good sign that you are challenging your body. But if at any time it's too much, go back to what you were doing, stop, take a breath, take some water for a little while, and you can always pick it back up. And the joy is you can pause this video anywhere and talk to your coworker, your boss, whatever, and then pick it back up where you left off. Now we're gonna do skating. So I See the Olympic gold medal in sight here. Just kicking that back leg up, swinging across your body. Oh yeah. If it's cold where you are lucky being inside watching this, so you can go skating without having to get cold, having to put on a coat. And always listening to your body, finishing without injury. If anything hurts or twinges, just back off. Slow it down. Minimize your range of motion. We always suggest taking it to no more than 80%. You never want to go full throttle, really, unless you're at the finish line. But just leave a little juice on the plate. Next, we are going to do touching our heels with our hands. So you're doing a little more twist, still keeping that rocking motion going from side to side. This also really helps with our balance, just being on one leg at a time with our full body weight. And if this is too much, you can just step like this. Always modify these exercises for whatever works for you. It's all good. You have gotten off that couch. So kudos to you, and every time you do it, it's a victory. And the cool thing about doing this is, because you're moving, you're probably feeling some kind of breeze against your skin. And as you perspire and sweat, which is all very good for your cardiovascular system, the sweat is evaporating and it helps you feel even cooler. Okay. All right. So stand here for a moment if you need to, because we've been leaning over with our back. You can lean backwards and reverse that forward motion, that forward bending, just taking some deep breaths here. All right, now we are going to go jabs in front and kicking our feet behind us. You can kick them as high or as low as you like. And next we are going to do both arms up in one direction, foot off the ground, almost as if you were flying. And maybe you will. Such a good back and forth motion. It helps to keep our heart rate up. The arms above our heart, always keeping our heart rate in a good place, but whatever is right for you. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of jump rope. So again, whatever works for you. You don't have to lift your feet off the ground. You can just bounce if you want, but keep that heart rate going. You can do 1 foot at a time if 2 feet is too much. And you can do fancy moves with your rope. But again, we're just trying to keep that heart rate going and let you enjoy a wonderful cardio workout. Just keep it going. Okay, and let's do some elbows to center. Start with this motion, and to keep our heart rate up, we're going to just kick to the sides. And wherever you land with this, it's all good. I hope you're finding these easy to do, easy to follow. Just 20 minutes a day can be all that you need. If you want to add another session, even better. And before you know it, you have 3 sessions and you've done an hour of cardio just like that, which is what the government says we really need to be doing. But whatever you can do, it's all good. For our last exercise, we are going to go on a fun little sprint. And again, do what you can here. We're going to ramp it up, and then we're going to just kick our knees back like this. Or our feet and our knees. So really get into it if you can. Hopefully you've got some nice cushioned shoes and a cushioned mat that you're running on, or a good carpet padding. Or maybe you're even outside, even better. You know, they show that your endorphins are higher when you exercise outside, but any exercise is good exercise. And some people say, when's the best time to exercise? They want to know, and I go, any time you can do it. So whatever works. All right, my favorite part of our session, cool down. All right, so holding on to a chair or using something to balance with, pull your knee in like this, right below the kneecap on the side view. Pull it out to the side, open up the hips, and bring it across. You can always do these 2 lying down. You don't have to be standing. And release. Go to the other side. Bring your knee up. Grab below the kneecap. And yeah. So I'm losing the balance a little bit there, but that is totally normal, natural. It happens, just means we need more work, right? So holding it out with your arm, holding the knee up, and rotating the hip out, flex foot, and bringing it across your body, taking care not to grab the knee like I almost did there, but just straighten up your upper body and release. And then come down and grab your elbows, release your lower back, because we did a lot of jostling of the spine. Reach the floor if you want, or wherever is comfortable, a little bend in your knees, and just really, really stretching out that lower back. Nice deep breaths here. Walk it over to the side. Walk it over to the other side. And while we're down here, let's just do a little runner's side lunge stretch if you can. So you want to feel it opening up on the inside of your thigh, using your hands for support, leaning a little forward. Nice deep breaths. And off to this side, the other side. And then curling up slowly. Twist. Looking to the back. And back around. And up to standing. And nice big inhale it up to the sky and exhale it down. Inhale it up and to the sky and down. And last time, inhale it up and exhale down. Thank you all very much for joining our cardio drills class from Get Set Up. Great to have you here. Hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much.